I had a conversation yesterday that I think exemplifies how society kind of makes autistic people behave and bend to what the society wants. The conversation was two autistic people talking to a lady who is dealing with her sister. And her sister is autistic and she has a hard time with her. She doesn't really understand her. And she was kind of asking for advice. And she was saying, like, she just won't behave in front of our home health aide. She embarrasses me. She does things that are rude to other people, and I'm mortified by it. And I'll like pull her aside and tell her that what she's doing is rude, and she doesn't listen and she doesn't change her behavior. And the advice that me and the other autistic person kind of came to was she probably doesn't have enough spoons to process in that moment like what is socially going on. So it would be really helpful for you to tell her in that moment, hey, when you tell the person who is loading the dishwasher, no, you're doing it wrong, they find that rude, and maybe you should just let her load the dishwasher. Autistic people do really well with direct communication. What we don't do well with is long-term structured behavior change. We're already contorting ourselves to a million different things that society has already expected from us, and to ask to change in one more way or become hypervigilant about a situation that we're incapable of processing is really difficult and exhausting. And this is fascinating. Her response to that was, well, I don't want to be seen by anyone else correcting her. I want to correct her in private, and then I just want her to act right. And I was like, interesting. So what you're saying is I am a normative person who is trying to get an autistic person to bend themselves to the society. And I do not want to be seen doing that. I want to pretend that she has done it on her own. I want her to just act right when the moment is right. And I think her reasons for not wanting to be seen were actually that she just doesn't want the home health aide to think that she is bullying her sister or parenting her sister. She wants to be seen as an equal with her sister. And then the other autistic person in the conversation said something that really stuck with me. He said, how are you a loving participant in her life? And she said, I don't think that I really actively love her. I feel shame that I treat her like this, and then I'm so frustrated that she won't act differently. And she said, my sister really loves me and acts loving towards me, and I wish that I accepted her more. Ultimately, wanting an autistic person to act differently because it embarrasses you or it makes the social situation difficult because other people are acting negatively due to their behavior, that is valid, and it's something that a lot of people experience. But you're not going to get an autistic person to act differently through shame. What you're going to get is an autistic person that now feels very judged and rejected by you. My suggestion is to de-shame whatever behavior that is. And it's really common for people to give a correction. They'll say, act like this. Then the autistic person in the future doesn't pick up on the situation, doesn't change their behavior, and now the person will go into shame. You didn't change your behavior. You're obviously being obstinate on purpose. When an autistic person doesn't change their behavior, it's not because they are trying to go against your rules or be obstinate. It's because they didn't pick up on the situation because they have a disability. And I think the work there is to be able to communicate to the person in the moment what you want and see if they're able to give that to you, and to do acceptance work, to find the anxiety that is created within you when an autistic person is doing something that is mortifying, embarrassing, not okay with you, because that anxiety is within you. The autistic person is fine. And maybe we can all meet in the middle and find some way for autistic people to be themselves and piss people off and probably sometimes still have to fit into the society and change themselves in order to get by.